Very simply and straightforward, stop wishing for anything in your life to get easier. I know that when I was younger, I wished that everything that I did and everything that I competed in got easier. So I very much understand that this type of mindset is merely a fear of competition or fear of failing. And so I understand exactly what it feels to have this type of mindset. But I have two scenarios that completely disprove any sort of merit for this mindset. Because of course the people who think this, like I did when I was younger, I thought that it was good to not expel out so much energy, to effortlessly win in whatever I'm competing in. So take you going to the gym. When you go to the gym, you never go in and wish that the weights that you move get easier or that they feel less effortful. You never want the weight to decrease, because if the weight decreased, it means that you can't get stronger. And so anybody who goes to the gym only has the mindset of wanting to get stronger, but because of course the weight will stay the same. And if you adopt this complacency mindset where you want things to get easier, you're not going to get any stronger, which means that you're not going to make progress, and the whole reason you're there will be pointless. And the other scenario is when you used to play video games. And the same happened when I was younger, that I would play the games on the easiest difficulty so I would breeze through them and not have to put in too much effort. But after I got past that, I started to play games and I started to increase the difficulty because it was more enjoyable and more rewarding to play when I was overcoming something more difficult. And then it felt like I wasn't completely just playing something for the fun of it, because I wanted to feel some sense of accomplishment or competence. And so I increased the difficulty, overcame the challenge, and felt good about that, instead of keeping it at the easiest difficulty, just breezing through it, pretending like that means something when I knew it didn't. And so by extension, on both of those things, do not wish that your life gets easier. Only wish that you get stronger. Because no man is going to respect you and no woman is going to be attracted to you if you've just had an easy life. Because you could take one man who had an easy life, breeze through it, and then say at 25 he is at a certain point in his life. And say a second man had to go through endless struggle and had to build himself up from the bottom and is at the same point as man number one at 25. The second man is going to get infinitely more respect for what he has done and what he went through, and he is ultimately going to get more attraction from women because they will see the competence that he has to be able to go through all of that and come out the other end the best version of himself. And they will know that he is strong, reliable, and able to deal with stress from having went through all of that. And even say best case scenario, that you get what you want, your life becomes easy, and then you're just able to breeze through it with no difficulty. And after a year of you doing that, you will probably be in the worst state of your life. Because although you will feel comfortable and happy and stress free, life is unpredictable and life is unfair. And whatever may happen that is unfortunate in your life will absolutely destroy you, because you have no experience of dealing with anything in life. You wouldn't understand what it means to have a good work ethic. You wouldn't understand what it means to overcome stress while trying to be grounded. You wouldn't understand needing to do things that you don't feel like doing. You wouldn't understand making difficult decisions. You wouldn't understand any of that. And then it means a year will pass and you wouldn't have improved. And what is the point of living life if you're not going to become the best version of yourself and try to test your limits and trying to see how far you can reach and how much you can achieve? I'm pretty sure it was Jordan Peterson who said this, that when you overcome something difficult, you absorb its power. And so it means when you overcome something stressful, something difficult, uncomfortable, anxiety provoking, you gain its strength. The power that it had within it that made it a difficult thing to overcome, you absorb it fully because you overcame it like it was nothing. And so then it means with every difficult thing that you overcome, you only become more and more powerful. It's the same thing in the gym. The more difficult things that you overcome in the gym, being the weight, the more stronger you become. And the exact same principle applies when it comes to video games. You defeat difficult enemies, you defeat big bosses, you play a lot of the game, and the more difficult the thing that you overcome, the more experience you get. And the more experience you get, you level up more and then are able to upgrade yourself. And that is exactly the same way that life works. And so if you're a man who used to play video games or still does play video games and really likes to test himself and overcome difficult challenges in video games, But when it comes to real life, he's soft and doesn't want things to be difficult and doesn't want to feel uncomfortable. You need to take a big, long look at yourself in the mirror and think how much of a coward you are. It's absolutely not an insult, because if you're able to overcome challenge and face difficult things in video games, where your actual body and soul will forever stay safe, but when it comes to real life, you don't want to do any of it, that is of course cowardly. And if you're in that position, absolutely do not beat yourself up over it. Everyone happens to be in that position at some point in their life. And you just happen to be in that right now, but of course you can do something about that. And of course that would be to overcome difficult, challenging, anxiety-provoking, stressful things. It may be doing push-ups, it may be tidying your room at least a little bit. It may be helping with the housework at your home. It may be starting a good habit and cutting out old habits. Maybe you're trying to stop playing video games, watching porn, eating junk food, or sleeping in, or wasting time. Every slightest bit of the bad habits that you cut out, you gain some power because you've overcome something difficult. And every good habit that you start, you gain some power because you're overcoming the difficulty of starting something that is delayed gratification. Because it is difficult and uncomfortable at first, but only in the future you get the benefit of it. And so although it is beneficial and good in the long run, initially it is difficult, but overcoming that difficulty grants you power. And lastly, the true beauty of doing difficult things is that nobody wants to do them because they're difficult. And that is exactly what is so valuable and attractive about those things. Because say for example, some law passed in the United Nations or whoever the people are who control the world, and every single person on earth got enough money that they could do anything that they wanted in life. They can go anywhere, eat anything, stay anywhere, do anything, absolutely anything at all. And in that scenario, there would be no value in becoming rich and becoming financially free, because everybody in the world has that. And another example is that if every single person in the world was lean, muscular and strong, if everybody was like that, there would be no value in going to the gym and getting that, because everybody already has it. And what's the point of doing something that everybody already has or does? And that is the true value of doing difficult things, because not only are you achieving something that is difficult to attain, which gives it value, you're also becoming more powerful with every difficult thing that you overcome in your day-to-day life. And so of course go out there, overcome difficult things, become more powerful, and harness the value of doing the difficult things that not everybody can do. Start small, build incrementally, and absolutely stay consistent. Consistency is the absolute biggest thing when it comes to building up anything worthwhile, because the small incremental increases that you get in your body, in your mental toughness, in your business, in your social ability, not only is that more sustainable, but it can become a habit and routine. Because sometimes of course you can make massive progress towards something, but you wouldn't be able to do it every single day for the rest of your life. So it's not consistent and you can't build any sort of routine around it. Whereas small daily incremental increases are absolutely sustainable, which means that you can make them a part of your routine and achieve exceptional success. Click and watch this video right now. Put in enough time and attention, because that will make anything into reality.